Hello and welcome, Magic lovers. For this week's Rogue Saturday, I have another Commander 17 commander. This is Mirri, Weatherlight Duelist. It's a new one. She's a 3/2 first striker for 1 and 1 of each green and white. And whenever she attacks, each opponent can't block with more than 1 creature this combat. And as long as she's tapped, no more than 1 creature can attack you each combat. So it can really help in aggro matches to save you from the crackback. So it might be fairly good against like Edgar Markov or something like that. We'll have to see. And then I just threw together largely a bunch of green and white undercosted creatures and disruptive creatures and those kind of things. So basically a bunch of Savannah Lion type cards. And then, you know, you got a few things that are pretty undercosted, especially in green, but also in like green-white. And then you have a few things to save you from wraths. So, you know, Selfless Spirit, Dauntless Escort. You know, so you have the undercosted Loxodon Smiter, undercosted Pelucranos, Leatherback Baloth, those kind of things. So, yeah, it's just kind of an aggro deck. I figure, you know, like if you just put a bunch of creatures together that are really good, I think they can do really well with Mirri. So let's take some games and find out. Alright, I got a match. I am on the draw. I'm playing against Kess. And I don't think I keep this hand. I can only play the Elite Vanguard. This one seems fine. And yeah, that's pretty good as well. Looks like I probably need to do this guy first. Otherwise, I'm going to end up paying for it anyways. Might as well take the 2 life now. Play a Student Warfare. I could potentially just level it up. I don't know. Alright, opponent plays Watery Grave and says go. I'm just going to attack. I'm not going to level it up. They could be playing into removal, and this could be playing into counter spells. I think it's better to use my mana into the counter spell than the removal. So we still get to keep the Student of Warfare if they're countering this. Alright. They're looking to draw a card. And filter a land out of the library first, or did they already draw a card? They already drew a card. And they get Blood Crypt. Okay. And our stuff is uncounterable now. As long as that thing lives. But whenever it's our turn, we're fine. Because you can't kill it. This deck probably does play 2 or 3 Wraths. Alright. Well. Huh. Yeah, I think I want to do this. This doesn't play into the Wrath as much. I don't care as much about the Elite Vanguard, although this, the Winged Arrow stops the Wrath for a turn. Although not Toxic Deluge. And we'll just play this little weenie. they want to counter it, that's fine by me. Memory lapse, that's less fine. That means we're drawing it next turn. But we can Mirri and replay it. Or if they play Kess, we can Palace Jailer. I doubt they play Kess. You don't play Kess on turn 4 for no value. Opponent plays Tombstalker. Well, I think it's probably still a good idea to Palace Jailer it. We could at least not have to worry about it for a couple of turns. The monarchy and them swinging back at us. The monarchy's pretty good for us. Opponent's down to 3 cards. We have 3 cards now. They got no cards in their graveyard because they just Tombstalkered them all away. What's it take? This is level 2, so it takes 5 more levels to give it double strike 4/4. Well, the 3/3 first striker is a pretty good ability. Alright, they play Dak Faden. Draw 2 cards. Put Counter Squall and Island into the graveyard. Well, I think I attacked Dak Faden. It's too much value. And then I don't want to play into a Wrath. Guess we don't necessarily have to because of that. And I'm going to play this Wingmare. Should cause problems for my opponent. And we draw a card, which is a Thalia. So that's pretty cool as well. We get to regenerate 1 thing if they Wrath. We only have Counter Squall to get back if they play Kess. Temporal Distortion. Whenever a creature or land becomes tapped, each permanent doesn't untap at the beginning of each player's upkeep. Alright, so when we tap things, they don't untap for 1 turn. Creature or land, okay. Well, I'm still going to attack with everything. And could I have played that? That would have +1/+1. That only does 3 extra damage. So let's... Green, white. Okay. Okay. Thalia. Let's draw another card. A Baloth. Okay. Opponent's down to 1 card. So the Temporal Distortion is symmetrical. They play Kess. They may be able to steal the monarchy for a turn with that Kess. Alright. They can Wrath if I play this sword. I can play the sword next turn. Let's just say go. Fiend Hunter. Okay. That would have been nice this turn, but can't complain too much. They might be able to burn off 2 removal spells at the cost of tapping themselves out almost completely. Play the sword. Oh, it costs 2 extra mana. Shoot. And I tapped my mana all wrong. Oh, that's not good. It's not good at all. Well, I might as well dig into the mistake. I guess they couldn't have played 2 removal spells either. I doubt they can counter this unless they have a single mana counter spell. Spell Pierce. Okay, Spell Pierce does it. Nope. That's a pretty big bummer. Both sides of that. Me not realizing my own abilities hurting the sword. I could have at least tapped a Fiend Hunter mana instead. They couldn't have countered that. Now I can't Fiend Hunter next turn even. And then them having the Spell Pierce, which is like the perfect spell. Oh, they get their Tombstalker back with this too. Alright, well, I'm still going to attack with everything, because they're at 12 life. And it gets the monarchy back for us. We lose a creature. Probably the 3/3 or one of these 2 guys that hurts their ability. Yeah, okay, they're going after that thing. That makes sense. And let's play Kytheon. It taps. That's funny. That's considered it tapping. And I'm going to play Kytheon. Get our mana back next turn. We can Fiend Hunter something. Nope, they got a spell. Force Spike. Okay. Not at all worried about that. I mean, it's not going to be very many opportunities for my opponent to Force Spike. So, like, giving him that value sucks a bit, but I don't think they can afford to attack with his Tombstalker. Unless they got another creature. Alright, they decide not to and say go. Oh yeah, we're all tapped out, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Let's kill a land. This one, I guess. Play Elite Vanguard. And let's play Tarmogoyf. I don't think I need to play into a Wrath by playing a third creature. Tarmogoyf is giant. And I don't think I need to play the Fiend Hunter just yet. Intuition. Alright. Can't do anything about that. They can't Toxic Deluge. Tarmogoyf is 5/6. I guess they could Toxic Deluge for 3 and then block. Doesn't seem ideal. Oh, also, they only get to untap 2 mana. It's Temporal Distortion. Interesting card. It's been hurting my opponent as much as it's been hurting me. These kind of cards, I'm surprised it's not bugged on Moto. A lot of these type of crazy effect cards that don't see much play, oftentimes they're bugged on Moto. This one doesn't seem to be. Opponent has Toxic Deluge, Pyroclasm, Anger of the Gods as their cards of choice. It can regenerate from the Anger of Gods or the Pyroclasm. Only one of these 3 creatures. The Toxic Deluge for 1 is more than... I guess Pyroclasm. Destroy all lands. Alright. I cost them 1 life to Pyroclasm. Unless they have like a red land right now. Swamp. Alright, they can Pyroclasm. They couldn't have Toxic Deluge. Maybe that was a reason to give them Toxic Deluge. Alright, let's regenerate this guy. They certainly can't attack. Alright, looks like they're moving to attacks. Can't attack. We get to untap one land. Sylvan Advocate. Yeah, I can throw away. It's only throwing away one creature, and they have to. One of their creatures has to die. All right, looks like Kess is the creature that's dying, and Student of Warfare. Eternal Witness. Well, oh shoot, I could have gotten back Swords to Plowshare. No, there's no Swords to Plowshare in my... Okay. Thought I had played Swords to Plowshare at some point. Opponent hanging in there at 2 life. Temporal Distortion does help. I also have 7 cards to their 1. Alright, and opponent pats it in after looking at my hand. Yeah, they probably didn't have much opportunity. They could have swung and attacked, actually, but then I play like 3 creatures next turn, and it's going to be really hard for them to get to put down enough blockers, especially with their mana all tapped. Interesting match. Alright, I got another match. I am on the play, playing against Olivia Voldaren. Yeah, I'm going to give this a go. Probably playing Crackness Windswept Heath. Got 4 lands already. Play the Sylvan Library. Olivia is pretty controlling, usually. So it should be interesting. It's a very good creature control deck. Lost some tutors though. Played it before. It relied pretty heavily on tutors. Can definitely expect some Wrath of Gods. So the Sylvan Library is pretty good on that avenue. And red-black shouldn't really have any way of... Well, Fairgrounds Warden is pretty good. Let's go ahead and play the Sylvan Library. Opponent. Mana Rock. Tormenting Voice. Alright. Don't mind that. Especially since they didn't discard anything that's like fodder for yes please. Well, I don't have a shuffle effect. I'm gonna pay 4 life. I'm gonna pay 8 life. I'm just gonna take all of these cards. But I'm gonna play Mirri. Sovereign's good. Mirri uses my mana better. And I don't think we really have to worry about creatures from my opponent just yet. So we got Fleshbag Marauder. Okay. Not something that really worries me. Lots of... Alright, let's put the Armageddon back. Let's pay 4 life for this, so we can shuffle that Armageddon away. Don't really need it. Don't really want it. Let's play Mother of Runes and... Oh, tap my mana wrong. And Imposing Sovereign. There we go. Opponent might just kill my Mother of Runes. Drana. Alright. Drana's tapped. Well, that's pretty good. It's an interesting new card from the new set. I'm going to pay a lot of life here. Let's play the Stalking Leonin. So you secretly choose an opponent. Obviously, I'm choosing the only opponent I can choose. But you get like this free exile target creature that is attacking you by if it's controlled by your opponent. So you get a 3/3 and you get an exile a creature, and it's as long as it's attacking you, and it only costs 3 mana. So it's an incredible card. So Drana needs to attack me in order to do, and they forgot to tap their Evolving Wilds. Rakish Air. Well, I'm going to kill that thing. Can't really afford to pay much more life for cards. Oh, that's pretty good. Just topple library, play that. Play the Sword of Feast and Famine. Equip it to this thing. Got the Mother of Runes to protect if it's a kill spell on the creature. If it's a kill spell on the artifact, there's nothing I can do. Let's attack. They discard a card. We untap all lands we control. And then everything's looking pretty good from there. Probably white, colorless. Elspeth. Create a creature. And then Winter Orb. It should lock it out. Winter Orb plus Sword of Feast and Famine. Especially when you got a bunch of creatures, and Elspeth can make this sword guy fly over the red creatures. I think it's hard to get through that. Destroy X artifacts. Okay. Well, that's too bad. let's untap one of these. Oh, okay, my opponent was conceding. That's why it, what would we have drawn? These. Okay, so we could have played Relic Seeker or something like that. They're probably pretty dead anyways. This is a flying ability. Make sure it's working my opponent, and then the Winter Orb makes it so they can't ever get to Olivia Voldaren. Take a lot of turns. Alright, I got another match. I am on the draw. I'm playing against Animar. This one's probably going to be pretty tough, especially since it's pro-white. Keep this hand, though. I don't know if there's anything I can do about Animar. It's going to be tough. And they have the turn 1 ramp. Well, I'm going to start with the Mikado. It only ever becomes a 2-2, but it's still pretty good for 1 mana. There's Animar. It's like nothing I can do about that thing. Let's attack. See if they choose to block, which I doubt. None of these get +1 counters on it. So let's just play the Trample 3-2. Still a pretty efficient creature. Maybe Mirri can help. But this is a combo deck. Like, I only have a couple of turns with Animar in play. Yeah, it's not going to go well. But sometimes you run into decks that, like, the pro-white, pro-black on Animar. Animar is already very, very powerful. That pro-white, pro-black makes it pretty unreasonable. Not that I could do anything with it. Like, it's just a good creature. Jeez, alright. Opponent playing out their hand. Yeah, because I don't have any removal anyways. That one's tapped at least. But what is this thing? 3-2? That's an interesting card. I had never seen that one. There's another similar one that's for 4 mana, 2-4 that gets a land. I don't remember what that one's called. I play that in multiplayer Commander all the time. There's a Trinket Mage. Put it down to 1 card in hand. Are they going to attack with their 6/6? They hit Skull Clamp on the Trinket Mage, so 2 cards in hand. Okay, they're going to use their Skull Clamp and draw more cards. Well, I'm super dead. I'm just super, super dead. This is turn 3, by the way. Alright, at least I get an attack. But I can't block. And there's a decent chance my opponent's going to play out enough to make this. Yeah, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Let's attack with just this thing. It's probably going to block. Oh, they can just block with a Dreamstalker. So yeah, the single attack didn't make any sense. Let's play Stoneforge Mystic. And, I mean, Jit doesn't do anything anymore. So I guess Sword of Feast and Famine? Jungle Lion? I got nothing. There might be some disruptive creatures that I could have been able to draw that might have been able to stop this. Probably not. There's like nothing in white-green that really does anything. You know, you could Song of the Dry. It's alright. Just, yeah. 3-mana Rego Force. I'm done. Alright, got another game. I am on the draw. I'm playing against Kambal, Consul of Allocation. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little bit slow, but it's fine. So Kambal punishes you for playing non-creature spells. And I don't have many of those in my deck. So I'm not too worried about that. It is a 2/3 though, so the body might matter. Definitely going to crack these lands before I play this Leonin Arbiter, which is going to be this next turn. Let's go Temple Garden. No. Let's go... Oh. Well, I changed my mind. I'm playing a Stoneforge Mystic. And let's get this Sword of Feast and Famine. I don't know, I could have maybe played Jit. I know. Sword of Feast and Famine seems great. Journey to Nowhere. Alright. I could play Brimaz. I could play that. Or I could just Reclamation Sage. Yeah, actually, let's Reclamate. I just realized I get another equipment when I Reclamation Sage that. Oh, it automatically targets because that's the only choice. Yes, please. Let's get that Jit. And then next turn we'll actually have enough mana to use the Stoneforge, equip to the Reclamation Sage. It's hard for that to be bad. If they just play combo, that's super bad. If they keep up mana, then they might be able to Swords Reclamation Sage or something like that. Alright, opponent is Banisher Priesting. I actually didn't put the Sword of Fire and Ice in my deck. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it this turn. I've got enough really good things going on. I should have... attacked before playing that. I don't think my opponent's going to block, no matter what I do. Alright. So that seems pretty good. I really wish people would stop playing Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds in their decks for their own sakes. It's so slow in this format. That is not the kind of card you ever want to be playing in this format. It's just not a good card. Especially in a 2-color deck, you are better off playing a basic land. Like... 1000% of the time, unless you're playing Titania or the Gitrog monster. And even then, those decks don't really like... I'm going to take 2 life to play this. can double block. But it's... With the Jit, it's not very good for them. The Jit's not very good for them no matter what. Yep, they're double blocking. Let's put this one first. But seriously, even if you're playing budget, don't play Terramorphic Expanse. Don't play Evolving Wilds. Especially in 2-color decks. In 3-color decks, maybe, probably still not. There's also a number of ways to punish them, like Thalia, the one that makes non-basic lands enter the battlefield tapped. It's just, man, just like getting your Evolving Wilds and enters the battlefield tapped. That's so horrible for you. It means you don't get a land for 2 turns. And there's quite a few other ways to exploit it. Winter Orb, very commonly played card in the format, having it enter the battlefield tapped when you play it. You only get to untap 1 land. Opponent plays Liliana's Reaver. I'm going to kill this Banisher Priest. I just waited, because there was no specific reason not to... Oh my... And then I misclicked. Oh, that's actually a pretty big thing, because I could have killed it. Oh, man. It sucks really bad. Stupid misclicks. Opponent can't really block. I killed both creatures if they block. I only kill one if they don't block. So they block with a Banisher Priest. That's the best of all. Well, I guess no. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's not the right block. It's better to just take the 1 damage. It really is. Okay, they realize it's 1 damage. They're gonna get the... It's gonna get the counters no matter what. It's better to just take the 1 damage and not expose yourself to the +2/+2 ability. Let's play Imposing Sovereign. Opponent shouldn't be able to attack. Liliana's Reaver is an interesting card. Alright, opponent plays a Painful Quandary. Excellent card in multiplayer Commander. I don't know if it's going to be... I can probably just pay the cards right now. Let's get our Stoneforge Mystic. There's nothing in my deck. I didn't put the Sword of Fire and Ice. Just, it never ends up being something that you want to get. Let's, yeah, I gotta tap the City of Brass no matter what. I put the City of Brass in my deck because there's so many cards that require like double mana or triple mana, like the Baloth. It's triple, 3 green. This thing has vigilance? Oh, it has vigilance naturally. Oh, that's so awesome. Alright, I'm gonna pay a bunch of life. Nope. I might discard a card for this one. Let's discard the Arbiter. Oops. I clicked the wrong thing. I can gain life from the Jit. So I guess it's not the end of the world. So Toxic Deluge. Alright. So my opponent's got like a discard deck. Alright. Well, the Sigarda is a shame. I did want that Sigarda. Opponent definitely can't attack into the Vigilant Feast of Famine wearing lion there. Let's put that on top of library. Let's pay 4 life. It's 2 life for this. Oh, I should have played spells. That wasn't very smart. I also have a flyer. Let's play this thing. Discard a card. That one. How does... I clicked on a card. It didn't say okay was an option. I don't get it. Because this Relic Seeker doesn't do anything. Alright, opponent paying 2 life. Draw 2 cards. Cost him 3 mana. Opponent says go. I assume they're not going to attack. And then they pack it in. Despite all my... So I would have drawn... Oh, Virtus Gearhulk. I would have drawn a Virtus Gearhulk. And that probably would have ended it right there, no matter what. So yeah, I couldn't figure out how this painful... I've played against it in multiplayer Commander, but like for some reason I couldn't find... I just wasn't paying attention. I got a little too full of myself because of this incredible cat soldier, which is good, but I should have been paying more attention. Alright, I got a match. I am on the draw, which is not what I want to be against Sidisi. But Dahlia, pretty good against Sidisi. So I'm going to keep this hand. What you really want are like Winter Orb type effects. This deck really needs all of its mana. And if you can stop it from having all its mana, Dark Tutelage. Alright, so they got a Dark Confidant in play on turn 1. That's pretty good. Kytheon. Keep an eye on the revealed cards. Call of the Bloodline. Alright, that's an interesting Sidisi card. Must be a different build, because I can't imagine any standard combo build. I guess it's... Did they 1 mana it? Let's attack. They keep it on 1 mana, Dark Tutelage. Makes it so we can't cast the Sword of Feast and Famine. Learned that lesson. Alright, Swamp. Let's play the land first, then attack. Do I want Recruiter or Serpapard? Play the land first because of Kytheon's ability, for the record. Let's play Recruiter. Doesn't use my mana as well, but punishes them for not playing a spell if they don't play a spell. And Thalia makes it harder for them to play a spell. If we get a flip Kytheon... Opponent's already incentivized to play a removal spell because of the Kytheon. So I guess it's kind of 6 one way, half a dozen another. Maybe using my mana would have been a little bit better. Maybe you're playing it, probably costs 1 extra mana. Call of the Bloodline. Alright. Let's crack this. Nope. Hit another land. So what's this do? Untap. 1 target creature until your next turn. Oh, I see. Yeah. So... let's give this thing indestructible. And... let's get a Savannah. I don't think my opponent can, if their plan is to combo off, I don't think they can combo off this next turn. Not with a Thalia in play. Certainly not with an indestructible Thalia in play. Yawgmoth's Will. Alright, they have a swamp. Thalia really messes up the math. Alright, opponent distressing me. Cost them 3 mana. I assume they take the Serpapard. Alright. This thing has lifelink. Drew another land. Equip that. Let's activate that. Let's cast her. And let's attack with all creatures. I can't block Thalia. And then Thalia now has protection for black. And they discarded Heartless Summoning. Alright, they're blocking Gideon. I'm probably not going to play the Envoy. I don't know, maybe. Opponent can only Sidisi. Yeah, let's play the Envoy. We get to activate the Dustwatch Recruiter. And they're losing life. Yeah, Read the Bones. Not a very good card right now. I think they might be dead. I just realized they're at 4 life after all of that. We've seen all these cards. So we know 2 other cards are Yogwill and Read the Bones. Neither of which do anything right now. They played a swamp already, so that's a land for the turn. They could Sidisi, and then they're dead. Thalia pretty darn good against these type of decks. A Winter Orb would have. Oh, okay, there we go. They give me the GG. What would it's 4 cards for this thing. So I would have picked up a Selfless here, most likely. Alright, I got another match. I am on the draw, playing against the Gitrog monster. I'm going to keep this. A Dryad Militant might help. There's a few things that they might be looking to get back. Raven's Crime probably being the only one I can think of right now. Tangle Wire will probably help. Just need another mana to play it. Alright. Let's attack first. Play the 3/3. At least we have like Pride Mage to play if we don't hit a mana. But it would definitely help if we can play this Tangle Wire. Alright, we got Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. And I missed my mana. Still have a turn to make Tangle Wire useful. My Maelstrom Pulse, my Dryad Militant. Not the 3/3. I should have played this before combat. Yeah. That was dumb. Oh well. I think it's still the correct play over playing 2 creatures. Opponent could easily be playing Wrath. Oh, okay. Yep, that's why they... Life from the Loam, that's the other one. I forgot about that. Alright, well it does more damage to... Did they... Oh, they played it for no value because they don't have any lands. No current value. Let's Tangle Wire. Tie up my opponent. Keep him from casting the Gitrog monster. They can't Life from the Loam either. They can't cast Life from the Loam. So they drew a land. We want this one on the stack first. Alright. Let's attack. And I can only play one of these guys. Doesn't really matter. They're equivalently the same. Yeah, they're drawing their cards, so Life in the Loam. These decks usually play like 50 lands, and it's always crazy to see them miss land drops. But they only actually missed 2, but those are pretty critical. Opponent has conceded. Alright, I got another game. I am on the draw. I'm playing against Brago. And I think this hand is keepable. It's not great. Another land makes it pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Kytheon into Imposing Sovereign. Hopefully into... Yep, okay. So we might as well not take a pain here. So Brago can be pretty crazy. Well, that's... Alright, let's attack first. They hit an agent too. So this Brago could be a problem. They didn't play anything before the Brago yet. Let's play the Sovereign. Could have a counter spell, but... I mean, you just play this into the counter spell. Alright. So that means they can't block with the Brago at least. Is it when it deals combat damage? Alright, so that's pretty awesome because we have a flyer here. It's nice to see this Sunwing. I've been high on this card since it was printed. Hopefully it performs. I just haven't seen it many times in the decks I've played it in, but I think it's really good. A 2/3 flyer for 3 mana that has the same effect as, I mean, if Imposing Sovereign is good as a 2/1 for 2 mana, this is really good as a 2/3 flyer for 3 mana. Alright, opponent just says go. I guess we try and banish it. Let's play a land first. Yes, please. Stifle. Alright. That's too bad. I don't think we attack with anything. Didn't expect the stifle. I expected it might get counterspelled itself. We were at least able to play around Force Spike, but... Alright, well, they didn't have a counterspell last turn. I could just play Plukranos, but Plukranos can't kill this thing. Might be able to kill something else. I'm going to play the Planeswalker. Nope, they do have a counterspell. Oh, they have a negate. Okay, so they couldn't have countered that thing last turn. Alright. We're getting brickwalled by a 2/4. Maybe I can just get in for some damage. Maybe I should have done that last turn. I lose a creature. One target creature gets -3/-0 and its active ability is it can't be activated You gain 2 life and draw a card. You get an emblem. Your opponent can't... Okay. They still can't really attack. I mean, they can, but it doesn't do anything. And then they don't have a blocker. Let's attack Dovin Braun. Now they're forcing me to do this. I should have played the stupid Yavimaya Hollow. Let's force this thing to attack. I forgot I had a commander. I definitely should have played my commander there. Well, it's got 4 cards in hand. Let's block with the Sunwing. Let's play the Hollow. Let's get in. I think I leave the Sunwing back. Play Pelucranos. The giant body. And I'm going to keep Yavimaya Hollow up. They don't have an artifact to put back. What is this? 7 mana? Pull from tomorrow? Sphinxes. Okay, close. It's a lot of cards. A lot of cards. 4 mana, not irrelevant either. Darksteel Ignet. Ingot. Let's regenerate Pelucranos. The reason I left that open. They Serum Visions. Wouldn't mind hitting a Winter Orb or an Armageddon here. Well, that's nothing. Let's get in here. Let's do our 9 damage. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, or 1, 1, 2. So 3. I can make it do not quite enough damage. Let's leave the ability open. Might hit a small creature or something like that. Let's play Mirri. And then we have the protected Gideon. That's protected from a wrath. I think it's going to be hard. 4 life, 5 life. Ancient Tube's not quite turned off, but it's not something you want to be tapping when you're at 5 life. Consul's Judgment. Alright. They voted for Gideon. Man of War. Alright, well that sucks. Okay. Alright. So if they don't have a 1-mana bounce spell. Okay. Pretty sure that does it. No point playing the Dauntless yet. Let's just crash in for lethal. Awesome. Well, you can't really argue with the results. I think the deck played pretty well. As far as white-green commanders go, I think it's one of the better ones. Captain Sidisi is like a ramper kind of deck instead of this kind of low-to-the-ground aggro deck. So they're kind of, you know, polar opposites. But, you know, as far as, like, white-green, like, I think it's probably better than, like, Gaddock Teague. Although Gaddock Teague's pretty good. But this, I don't know. As a commander, though, I don't know if it's great. It's like, you don't mind if it's getting killed, and it's, like, a good card, at least, if it doesn't get killed. So there's that. But if it does get killed, it's probably not worth playing it for 5 unless you're pretty far behind, in which case I'm not sure it's really going to get you out of it. And, or you might have something better. It just, at 5 mana, it just doesn't seem like a very good card. At 3 mana, it's definitely decent, and it's a great 8th card in your starting hand. And, you know, there aren't many better green-white commanders. So it's pretty decent for that aspect. I guess, no, technically, Erebos. I just played Erebos last week. Erebos is nuts. This is a slightly different style of deck. You get to play, like, the more controlling aspect. You don't have to just play cats. You can play things that aren't cats that are also very good. And so we get some bigger bodies, but we don't get the 3/3 ability. But we get to go a little bit wider. Like I said, the problem with Erebos is if you shoot it, the cats with removal at the right time, it can really swing the deck in your favor. And this doesn't really have that. We went wide quite a lot. It's a little more susceptible to wraths, but, you know, there's a few ways you can play around wraths. I didn't end up drawing them when I needed them, but, you know, I mean, there aren't that many of them, so that kind of makes sense. But, you know, every once in a while, they might be really clutch to have a Selfless Spirit in play, and your opponent can't really wrath. Or, actually, the Yavimaya Hollow helped out on a couple of occasions as well. So, yeah, I mean, the deck's pretty good. We probably didn't play against the most serious decks in the world. Gitrog Monster was a real deck. I don't usually keep matches where my opponent gets mana screwed, but that was kind of orchestrated by the Tangle Wire. And, you know, I mean, obviously the Winter Orb was really good in that one match. That wasn't really a serious match either, but, and Kess was, I'm not sure about that specific deck list. It was a little different, but Kess is a good card, and we managed to kind of tempo Kess out. Like, Kess really wasn't able to get to where she does what she does. You know, I don't think they ever flash back a spell. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's fun. it's pretty good. Mirri's decent, I think, as a commander. I like it. It's fun. It's cool to play. So, you know, if you're looking for something that might be interesting, it's probably not the most expensive deck in the world. Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun, and it's at least relatively competitive, but certainly not top tier. So that's all I have time for, so thank you for watching. Have a good one.